Hey everybody, welcome back to Gunpla TV.
That's right, we are on episode number 265, and this is the best week ever because we have new Gunpla.
And new DBZ kits.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what we have today. Alright, so yeah, we have the RG Banshee. So this is the RG Unicorn, also the Destiny, Bandai Destiny. So I also have this one out, although technically I cheated because the rest of the Unicorn kit was the same as the previous one I built. So I only built the shield, which is the new part that you get with this kit, but I built it just so you guys can see it. And of course, the new Banshee. And doesn't that look splendid?
Yeah, the Banshee Norn has always looked cooler to me.
Right? And this is in Unicorn mode, so it's not like all fancy blown out like a destroy mode yet. So we'll take a look at that later on when we talk about this kit. And there's something else new that came in.
Yeah, what's that?
That is another Build Fighters kit. And this is Build Fighters kit number 66. It just always amazes me to see how high that number is getting, because if you think about it, like the HGUC line of regular Universal Century Gundam kits, although there are some like alternate century kits in that too, they're on like 200, like 213 or 200. It's just over 200 something. And Build Fighters has only been around for like 2 years or 3 years, and they're already up to 66. And then the HDUC line has started in like 2000, so it's been 18 years, and they're only at 200 something. And Build Fighters has only been here for like 4 years or 3 years, and it's already up to 66.
But you know, now they're switching to Build Divers, so that's a different classification. It's HGBD, isn't it?
We'll have to see. I mean, it's going to be curious to see, are they continuing this number? Because when they went from Build Fighters to Build Fighters Try, I mean, this logo changed and whatnot, and the battle log also, but they continued the Build Fighters numbering for the boxes.
Oh,
so
I see, the numbering.
Yeah, just the numbering. So for Divers, maybe Divers will continue on the Build Fighters numbering.
I mean, it is the same series, the same universe.
It is the same series, but I think compared to like other series they've done, like Double O Gundam, Seed, and of course Reconquista and Age 2, I don't think any of those series ever had more than 66 kits in their lineups. So does that mean that Build Fighters is like one of the most popular outside of Universal Century, of course?
They just have so many kits to work with, you know?
Right, and I think a lot of it's just because it's a lot easier for them to do these kits, because there's a lot of the kits, especially in the early days of Build Fighters, where it's not really a new kit. They take an older kit and they add some new parts to it and slightly change it. So that's a lot easier for them to make than going out and making completely brand new kits. So it's easier for them to do Build Fighter kits, I believe.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to a nice, relaxing, simple HG build. Hopefully we'll have like a rainy day, then I can put on the jazz music again.
Oh my god.
Relax by the window with the rain outside building.
Meanwhile, I have brought Figurized Standard Super Saiyan Son Goku.
That looks pretty cool.
And
I like his flaming hair.
he is really nice. You know, Todd said when I brought it in, I can't tell the difference between this and an action figure.
Right.
And they do a really good job.
I mean, just looking at it just from afar, I was like, I'm not going to say like, hey, that's like a model that you built yourself, isn't it? It just looks really good.
Yeah, so we'll take a closer look at both of these.
Yeah,
Which one are we going to go for first?
Oh, goodness. I guess let's do the not Build Fighters. Let's take a look at the RG first, since I think a lot of people are dying to see the Banshee.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll do the
Figurized Standard.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Let's take a look.
RG time! So we're back again with a new RG, and this is the RG Unicorn Gundam Banshee Norn, as well as another one that just came out, although this is really limited, so it might not be available anymore, but just wanted to show it to you guys anyway. This is the RG Unicorn Bandai Destiny, and you can kind of see why these are coming out at the same time. And if you look at the shield for the Bandai Destiny, and if you look at the shield for the RG Banshee Norn, you'll notice that they are actually the same, just of course molded in different colors. The unicorn itself is, in the Bandai Destiny kit, is exactly the same as what you would get in the regular RG Unicorn edition. In fact, the manual that's included with the Bandai Destiny kit is just a regular Unicorn manual, and they only give you this kind of little extra sleeve here, 2-page instruction manual, and the only thing it talks about is instructions for how to put together this really cool looking shield. But I wanted to get this guy built so I could bring it here and we can have a look at what these two guys look like next to each other and kind of point out and take a look at the differences. Alright, so I think we'll kind of take a look at the shield in a little bit when we get to the weapons and whatnot for the Banshee Norn. So let's have a look at the Banshee Norn, shall we? Now this might be a little bit tricky because he's a dark color and that actually probably matches pretty good with my shirt.
He does, yes.
So it looks like he's kind of black, but when I was building this kit, putting it together, actually this plastic is like a really dark, really dark navy blue that when you look at it from afar it really does look black, but it's actually kind of bluish, and there are different kinds of gold going on in here. So we have, whoops, that's falling out there. Why is that falling out? Alright, so we have here like solid, just a solid kind of gold. This isn't like a chrome plated gold, this is that kind of molded gold that they do for some of their kits, as well as on the inside for the kit. Let me see if there's an easy place that I can show this without taking this whole thing apart. Here we go. How about the shield? So they also have like the clear kind of gold. It's not really gold, like a yellowish kind of plastic. So there are a couple of different colors of plastic, but the dark blue colors I believe are pretty much all the same from what I remember from putting this guy together. Now of course if you know about the Unicorn and if you know about the Banshee, they do have quite a few different parts. So they have slightly different head and helmet designs here, as well as their backpacks are different. You can see the back there. Now I have both of these guys in unicorn mode so that we can just take a straight look at how they look before transforming them. Now, you do get some leftover parts with the Banshee, so I think, and I thought that might have been a cool idea. If I had more time, I probably would have tried it, but I think there's enough parts in the box if you want to just build the straight-up Unicorn Gundam, but with Banshee colors. I believe that's possible. I think all the parts you need are in the box. Maybe, although no, actually, come to think of it, I think maybe the what do you call it? The antennas. I think the antennas weren't in the box. I'd have to double check on that, but because he has, of course, the Banshee has his own really unique looking antenna there. Alright, so I won't go into articulation for this guy because he is exactly the same articulation-wise as the Unicorn Gundam, and I believe, if my memory serves me right, I did go over that a lot when I was talking about this guy. The RG Unicorn was probably one of my most favorite kits that I built last year, so I was really looking forward to getting a chance to build it again. There was one slight problem I had, not really a problem, but one thing I really wanted to mention that I thought about when I was building the Banshee, and I don't remember having any troubles with when I did the RG Unicorn. When you build this kit, what you have to do is you build the chest, and the arms, like all the other RG kits, they have that fancy molding where there's like two different plastics molded together. So you get like the clear parts, and then you have the solid parts on the same runner. And for the arm, you have to put the arm on the chest. There's like a 3-hole type sliding, what do you call it, sliding plate. And you have to put the arm frame inside the chest when you're building it. Usually when you build Gundam kits, like you build the arm separately and then you just pop it into a socket afterwards. But for the RG, you have to put the arm on while you're building the chest. Now when you do that, the RG frame for the Unicorn with those two different color plastics, you really need to bend and check the arms. Make sure that the joints work correctly before putting the arm on there. And I can't stress this enough, be very careful when bending those joints because that arm is kind of really fragile, and I think it would be quite easy to break the arm part if you were to just try and slam it or do it quickly. So be very gentle when testing the joints for the RG frames, for all of those RG frame parts. Do it slowly, and just word of warning to be very careful. Maybe let's talk about this before I transform it so you can see the destroy mode. Let's take a look at what weapons he comes with. He comes with, and this is his rifle. You can see it is kind of really similar to the rifle for the Unicorn. They are the same mold, but it comes with this extra kind of missile launcher here on the bottom, and then there's a sweet little trick that this can do too. So let's take a look at that. So another thing they give you here, I have it set up. You can see this clear blue effect part, and they have this like what do you call it? Like a beam saber handle. So if you wanted to have this weapon, you could equip it into one of his hands, and then he could just hold it like so. Or another thing that you could do if you want is you would take this gun, and you see here in the front it has those like 4 looking missile holes ready to launch. If you were to take off the cap, inside there is this part here, and what you do, let me just take that off. You're going to slide that out of the hole and then flip it around backwards and then put it back in, and then put the cover back into place. And now you'll see you'll have a hole sticking out from the missile launcher. So what you could do then is you can take this beam effect part with that handle, and you could stick it into that hole, and then you can have this kind of cool looking gun with the effect of it sticking out like that. That's kind of cool. A little nifty extra feature that you get with the Banshee kit. Also, of course, you get beam sabers, and you get 2 of them. And actually, this is something kind of cool that I wanted to take a look at. So on the handle of this one, if you guys watch Toy Goku with Lindsay and David, in the previous episode they covered these cool little LEDs that went inside of one of the figures.
Yeah, they're called Me Lights.
The Me Lights, and they can be found on our site. We'll put a link in the description below. And we hooked one up to the bottom of the beam saber handle, not using the stock handle that comes with the Gundam, but just using only the Me Light itself, because it really is like perfectly shaped and sized to be like a handle for a Gundam kit.
All you have to do is push it in and it'll turn on.
So yeah, you just, like the camera maybe can't really pick that up so well, but yeah, we just kind of have this connected with a clear, soft clear plastic tube.
Oh, it looks really nice from that angle.
Well, there you go. See, if you wanted to ever have like a light up beam saber handle, you can get these little Me Lights, and then yeah, that's kind of cool. I mean, they just push on, they push off, and
they come with this soft plastic cover that you can just use to slip over your beam saber.
Slip over the beam saber like that, and to also cover the handle. And yeah, that's really cool. It's a nifty idea, and they're not too expensive either, I believe. So
just a few hundred yen.
Yeah, just a few hundred yen. So maybe a good idea to slip one into an order just to play with it, just for fun and giggles. Alright, so let's see, what else do I need to mention? Of course, you get a tiny little RG 1/144 scale figure, which you probably can't see because of the color. I keep trying.
Yeah, against your hand. There you go.
There you go. Alright, so you kind of see him there. But these things are so tiny. They're kind of cool to look at, but yeah, good luck painting them. Alright, so I think you get the same hand options as you get with the RG Unicorn. Also, you get your choice. Right now I have the antenna fin that I have on his head is the convertible kind that you can have in Unicorn mode or Destroy mode just by sliding it open. But if you just want to have a fixed antenna on his head, you have your choice of the fixed Destroy mode or the fixed Unicorn. Alright, let me open this guy up so you guys can have a look at Destroy mode. So give me a second here. So here we have it in Destroy mode. Boy, doesn't he sure. It's like a peacock, you know, it reminds me of one of those peacock birds. It's just like You get the big plume that comes up on the back, and he's just like, look at me, look at me.
I don't know about comparing a Gundam to a peacock, but he does look really cool.
The Banshees, the peacocks. We got unicorns and peacocks. It's like a full-on fantasy series. I know there's a bunch of
Don't give Bandai any ideas, man.
a bunch of Gundam fans out there hating on me right now. They're like, oh my gosh. No, but he looks really cool once you get this opened up into destroy mode. And look at the shield on the Band Destiny once you get that all opened up. That looks really, really cool. And actually it kind of makes me, you only get one of these shields, of course. I still have this guy in unicorn mode. But it kind of makes me want to get like a second kit just so that I can have 2 of these shields. And I can connect one on his other arm, and then he can have 2 of the shields. I think they call that a Phoenix, if I remember right. But yes, there you go. You can see he's got really, really cool looking back here. Now on the back here, they actually have these like metallic, it might be hard to see, but there are like metallic silver foil stickers that you put on the underside of the dark blue parts under here. And then there's these clear yellow parts that go through here, and they kind of reflect that light from the silver sticker on the inside.
On the camera I can tell it's a different color, but it's hard to see the reflection.
I think so. It might be hard for it to pick up, but that looks really cool when you see it in person. And as far as transforming this guy goes, it's not terribly too difficult. It's got a lot of small parts that tend to fall off on me when I'm doing it, of course, so that might take a bit more, but the transformation itself to destroy mode is really cool, and I think I did that for the unicorn, so I didn't want to go through the whole thing again. But you can see all the difference here. Let me pull it back so you can see it a little bit better. But it looks really, really cool, I think, in destroy mode. It's hard to choose, like, which mode would I want to display this guy?
I would go for destroy mode myself.
Would you go for destroy mode?
I mean, I know you like the sleek look
of the unicorn
and the solid look of the unicorn, but I'm more for the fancy side.
At home, this guy is always just in unicorn mode when he sits on my shelf, so that's all I ever see him in. But for the Banshee, actually, I think I agree with you. I think really, maybe just because he's got that extra huge shield and he's got the backpack that folds up and has that cool looking display to it. I think for this guy, actually, destroy mode looks a lot cooler just because of how big and powerful he looks.
Yeah, very intimidating.
Very intimidating indeed. So if you haven't built one yet, I highly, highly recommend either the Banshee Norn or the Unicorn.
So that was pretty sweet.
Isn't it?
I love that black and gold color scheme. It looks really sleek.
Well, the dark colors are pretty cool, and it is definitely unique. So I mean, even though it's based on the previous Unicorn, they added like a lot of new parts and whatnot. So it looks quite different, especially with the color change and whatnot.
Yeah.
From the previous Unicorn, I mean.
Which one do you like better then?
I think I just prefer the Unicorn. The white color and whatnot. So if I had to choose between the two, I guess I'd just say I kind of like the Unicorn. But I mean, it's so hard to choose.
I know.
You're like both my babies.
All right. Moving on from that, let's take a look at Goku.
Yeah.
So here he is, Figure-Eye Standard Super Saiyan Son Goku, and I've given him just a basic pose so you can see what's up. I've got him on an action base, but he does not come with a base. I would recommend getting one because he's a little top heavy with the hair, with the Super Saiyan hair and the pecs. But, I mean, you could probably stand him up on his own, but if you want to get the action poses, you know, if you want to recreate his battle poses, I would really recommend getting an action base of some kind.
Was that the action base 5 you were using there?
I think it's the 5. Yeah, so he does come with this part to hook up.
Perfectly good with the clear action base 5.
Yeah, so he comes with this so he can sit in it and do those midair poses, and it just clips on in this hole that comes with the action base 5.
He's like his own swing set.
Well, he doesn't really move much in it, but anyways, let's take a look. So he has a lot of articulation. The most impressive to me are always the knees. There's just a whole separate huge knee part that he comes with so that the cloth kind of blends together and it just looks like a wrinkle in the clothing. But he can basically go almost all the way back there
Okay, good.
With the double joint.
Yeah, double joint. That's really fancy how they have that cloth. The cloth on
Yeah,
the
it blends
there.
in really well. So his arms are nice as well. They've kind of, with all of the parts really, they've kind of layered them just like the pants I was showing you, so that the seams kind of blend together. The hair actually has a lot of parts because they just layer it all, so that was really neat. The front, as you saw earlier, pops off pretty easily so that you can change out the face because he comes with this shouting expression. And let's just put that on him real quick.
Without that top hair, he kind of looks like one of those like balding type guys with that really long forehead going, oh, that's an interesting look with that no face there.
So it's really easy to change the face plates out, which is nice. They do not use stickers. Whoops. Let's see if I can focus that in.
Plastic?
It's just layered plastic.
Ooh.
So it's got little green for the eyes and yellow for the eyebrows and white for the backs of the eyes. But the mouth is just white, so you do have to do this pink sticker for the tongue.
I couldn't even tell that was a sticker, though.
Yeah, and it looks pretty good. The problem is that as I was putting some of these on, I kind of rubbed the finish or the top layer of the sticker off.
Oh.
So that's my one regret with this kit, is that there are only a few stickers, the mouth and on the shoes, but as I was pushing them down, like my nail kind of scratched off the coloring a bit. It's not a big deal because those are the only places that have stickers, but you know, if you look up really close, you might notice. You might be able to see a bit of
really
white, but it's hard to notice. And you know what? If I had more time and I wasn't just doing this for the show, I'd probably just paint it red. You might notice too that his laces here are not yellow. Like they're supposed to be a color closer to yellow, but these are cheap kits so that people can build a Goku action figure at a very reasonable price. So what they do is they just put the orange on the same runner. Like they have the laces on the same runner as the outfit, so they're all orange. That's not a big deal either. You can easily, take this lace off and just paint it real quick. If you want to be totally accurate. I believe the bottom of the shoes should be a bit of a different color as well. That again is a different piece, so it's very easy to paint if that bothers you. But it's not a big deal. I mean, most people are just focused on the face, the upper body,
and that sparkling hair is just how to take my eyes off of it.
It's really nice, isn't it?
Wow, they really went all out for that hair.
Anyways, it took about an hour or so to put together. I think most people could build it in about an hour or two at most. So it's a simple kit, but it's fun. It's of course very different from a Gundam. So if you just want something different, want to see what else Bandai is capable of, go for it.
Maybe about the same difficulty as like an HG kit. Not terribly too difficult, you think?
Yeah. Maybe even easier than an HG kit.
Ooh.
The sleeves move a bit as well, so you do have a bit of flexibility while you're moving the hand. As you can see, he's got a lot of posing options there. His head can go pretty far down. I don't think you would need to do that, but...
That's an interesting neck joint to have.
Yeah.
A lot different than a neck joint on a Gundam kit.
You can see it there.
He's got a really pretty good job with that neck on him.
Alright, so we've also got, of course, this is Goku, so you have to have the Kamehameha effect piece. It comes in two forms. It comes in the little ball for when he's charging up in his hand, and then for when it's blasting off. And this comes with its own stand. This comes with the kit. But the interesting thing about this is you can actually change the height. So the stand comes in two long pieces, and it's got kind of a what do you call this, a ladder? So see, you can change the height of it. You can stick it into the slots in the back at any point that you want. And so it can go about this high. Wow. And then this rotates, so you can do him, you can have him shooting his Kamehameha upwards, or you can point it down, and you can change the height. This is the max height right here.
That's really cool.
There's how tall
So
Goku is.
that max height actually, like if you were to have his arms straight out, that max height like lines up perfectly with the height of his arms if you were to just have his arms like straight forward.
Yeah, if you wanted to have him shooting upwards, it wouldn't work quite like that, but maybe if he was kneeling down or something. Anyways, there's lots of options for this. You can always set this up on something higher if you want to.
Right? Or you could buy a second Action Base 5 and go crazy.
So let's look at his hands. So I have the basic fists in right now, but he's also got these hands that are specific for the Kamehameha. I'll just put those in real quick.
And those hands have just simple ball joints on the end?
Yep.
Oh man, I want to see.
They're really easy to pop in.
It's the same joint as the Gundam. I want to see putting those hands on a Gundam just to see what that look like.
Probably very weird with the flesh color.
It'd be like if somebody was doing a Gundam cosplay and forgot their gloves, so their hands are sticking out.
That's kind of freaky, not gonna lie. So, let's see. What do they have him doing in the shot?
Hadouken.
Different series. So this doesn't have any pegs in it, so he needs to hold it together with both hands.
Okay. But those
so
things
that's
sticking out, kind of sticking to
his
so
fingers. The little energy kind of escaping from the ball does slip between the fingers, so it can hold it like that. And then, of course, you can have him kind of positioned with this, so it also looks like he's shooting it out.
Sonic boom!
Again, not quite the right series. Go watch Dragon Ball Z, Todd. Have you seen it? You haven't seen it, right?
I've never seen it. I played Street Fighter, though.
There you go. Anyway, so that is pretty nifty. And let's see. Oh, yes. This hand, you might recognize it without me even putting it on Goku, is for the instant transmission.
Oh.
So this is something Goku does by putting the hand up to his forehead. And you can't even see me. But I'll just show you real quick because these hands are really easy to take on and off.
It's like into.
No. So just like that. Very easy to pose.
Oh.
He usually does it maybe with the standard expression, but...
Looks like he's shy and he's hiding.
Just put it up to his forehead and he's off.
What if picking his nose?
No. Nobody picks their nose with 2 fingers, Todd.
Got 2 holes. You could technically do it.
Todd, stop embarrassing Goku.
It looks cool though.
He does. He looks really nice.
It's always fun to see Bandai come out with these creative, unique ideas.
I don't know what pose we got there. Let's put the fist.
Saturday Night Live pose.
But yeah, so 2 expressions, 3 different hand types. You've got a lot of options to work with. And this came out about the same time as the Frieza, I believe. So you can have them battle each other.
Ooh. There you go.
And she is off.
That is cool.
Pretty neat.
That was beautiful, Lindsay.
Thank you.
I always love your reviews.
My newest masterpiece.
Yeah, it's great. It looks fabulous. You want to build more?
I mean, of course, but...
Oh, okay.
If time permits.
If time permits, we'll have to see. There's always...
I'm going to be busy this weekend.
Oh.
Going to a Tales event.
Oh, okay.
So...
Tales of Gundam?
No. Tales of the Abyss.
Tales of the Abyss. Okay. Exciting.
For me.
Enjoy.
Anyways, so why don't we take a look at some comments?
Oh.
But thank you, I will have fun. Okay, this is a special name. I'm not sure how to pronounce this
Yeah,
one.
good luck with this name.
So our first comment comes from Yirftw, or IIRFTW. A note of correction, the Bandicini in RG 1144 arc, so with something, is French and directly translates to comic book, so that special edition is the comic book version.
Okay.
I just butchered that whole thing. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting to know. So that means the Bandai Destiny means comic book in... Is that what it means? Bandai Destiny means comic book in French?
I think that's what he's saying.
I think so too. It's like you get that little star and it's like the more you know.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to try this next one, guys, and I should have read these beforehand because obviously I get a little tongue-tied. Okay, next up is from Vargan, who said, I might actually get one of those hobby workstations for when I go to my girlfriend's place.
Cool.
The one that might be a problem is that my godhand nippers send the nubs flying, so I doubt the workstation will collect that many of them. Haha.
Alright, well yeah, that'd be useful to have to like bring to your girlfriend's house. Like, honey, I'm here, I've got my model, I got my thing. Oh, maybe.
He's being polite. He doesn't want to make a mess.
Right, I guess.
But you know, it's got the flip top, so maybe it'll catch some of those flying pieces.
The flying pieces. You know, I don't really have trouble with mine flying. I think maybe if you just try to cut more slowly, they don't go flying. If you really just like, then I can see it going. Pew.
Most of the time I just catch them in my hand and dump them right into the box.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a pro.
Ooh. Hey now. Watch out.
I'm sorry. Okay. Moving on.
Moving on. How about a giveaway? Who wants?
Fabulous. Who wants, if I can do this without knocking over Goku?
2,000 yen.
Yeah, so just like with last week, we've got
2,000. That's 2.
2,000 yen in HLJ store credit to one lucky winner.
Right, and the way that the currency exchange is working out, this is becoming worth more in dollars lately. But anyway, who is the lucky winner? And this week, the random number generator has chosen a rather low number.
Oh.
I got this number and I was like, wow, it's been a while since I've seen a low number like this. And this goes to comment number 5, and his name is Fies. Is it Fies? Fies. CES. Maybe he loves like Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. I mean,
Could be.
that just happened in January, so hey, maybe he was at CES and he's like, I'm gonna make my name Fies CES because now I'm at CES. I don't know if I CES.
Anyways, what is the comment?
Your comment was that hobby workstation actually looks pretty cool.
Doesn't it?
You're darn tootin' right. It looks cool.
Yeah.
It looks sweet. Perfect to bring to your girlfriend's house to catch those flying godhand nubs.
Or any other house. Or your own house.
Or your own house. Or your garage.
Or your work.
Alright, so if you guys would love to win...
Yes.
Or love to have a chance to win 2,000 yen for next week's episode, all you need to do is go to hobbylink.tv, find episode number 265, and then post a comment and also be a subscriber on our YouTube channel. Because if you're not, why aren't you already?
And of course, we'll have links to the HobbyLink TV post in the comment section below.
That is correct. All right, Lindsay.
Yep.
Where can they find us?
Oh, yeah. So, let's see. Where is it? I believe it's Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Okay.
And links to all of those are on HobbyLink Japan, HLJ.com.
I'll tumble for you.
And there we go again with the musical number of the day.
Right. Okay.
All right.
That'll do it for us this week. All right, everybody. Have a great week. We'll be back next week with Build Fighters. And then I think next week's episode will be the first week of March.
Yep.
Won't it? Wow, this year is blowing by fast.
See you guys next week. Maybe Todd will walk in next time.
I don't
Who knows?
think so.
Anyways, see ya.